What is up? What is up? What is up? We're here Thursday night with Techno's Gaming with the Realist and SIKSLAYER. How's
What
everybody
up?
doing this
Yeah,
evening
what up?
here?
What's
It
up?
looks
What's
like
up?
we got a couple of people in the chatter box. So what's up, guys?
Shout out to the
How you doing?
chat.
And someone on Twitter. Somebody's watching. So
Chat?
whoever's on Twitter, come on over, man, to YouTube and chat with us. Yep.
Yeah.
So, man, what
Come
is up
on
with you
over.
guys? Come on over, guys. Let's have a party.
Oh, the water's fine.
I got cake and ice cream.
We got popsicles.
You got popsicles. We got all sorts of goodies. I don't want to get too dirty, man.
Hey, I used some popsicles, man. Ain't that wrong popsicles?
Man.
You can also
So-
popsicles. Pause.
Yeah. So not too much has been going on for me. I've been playing the two sim games, Scars Above, which it's all right. It's all right. It's nothing fancy. I would say wait for it to go on $15 if you can wait on it. It's a little, I would call roguelite because it's not very punishing. And the not the animals, but the enemies are pretty repetitive in it. So you kind of get their battle techniques on how to defeat them. So, but that's pretty much it because I'm going to Houston tomorrow morning. And I didn't want to start something new. You know how you got somewhere to go and you don't want to start something new because then you forget all the controls and stuff. That's
right. Yeah.
That's
Like I'm
me.
going to New York tomorrow morning as well.
There you go.
Right.
See?
And I play Vampire Survivor. Something simple. That's it. Because I'm not going to be able to start something new and then come back to that, bro. Nah.
Exactly.
Besides, this DLC came out today.
Yeah, and that's how I am. Like if I know I'm going somewhere, even if it's a week out, I won't start anything. I'll just wait. I did finish that PlayStation game last week after we spoke. That Unknown Mutation, whatever it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it wasn't bad. It was good. That pixelated showing you guys on Steam and PlayStation, it wasn't bad. It was really good, and that's done now. So now I don't have to worry about that. Now I have nothing to play on my PlayStation. Nothing.
When does Final Fantasy 16 come out?
June 22nd.
You playing that?
I want to, but let me tell you this. I just finished watching the State of Play.
They had a state of play?
Yeah, they had a State of Play today, and it was just all about Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
It was all Final Fantasy. And let me tell you, it didn't feel very Final Fantasy-ish. Like, to me, Final Fantasy, just like the previous ones that I've played, has always been kind of futuristic in a big, fancy cyberpunk type city with whatever rebels are out there trying to defeat the enemies. And you got these big bosses who are kicking butt and corporate evil guys. And, that's Final Fantasy to me. That's what I've played. That's what I played with Final
Fantasy 7 is Final Fantasy.
Right.
Although
Exactly.
you see a lot of those other elements in other ones as well.
Right. This new one, this Final Fantasy 16. It's 16, right? Yeah, it's 16.
Yeah.
It felt more like a Dragon Age Skyrim type game, but with Final Fantasy character fighting techniques and magic. That's what it felt like to me.
Into more action RPG-esque, right?
Yeah, which is fine.
15 did that. Yeah.
Which is
it's
fine.
trying to get regular people in. Yeah.
Right. I like turn-based, but the way Final Fantasy is, I prefer the real-time fight, not the turn.
I used to hate turn-based. I never touched that at all. I was only action RPG until like 95 or so.
Yeah.
I borrowed a Final Fantasy 3 from someone, and I fell in love with that. But I only got to play like about halfway when you get to the World of Ruin, and then I had to give it back. And then I had played Secret of Mana. Like I said, I love the action RPGs. So, and I beat that, right? So you take those together, right? And you got my most favorite game ever, Chrono Trigger, right? And because of that, I enjoy the genre a lot more now. But I appreciate the fact that for the genre to grow, it's got to get, people who don't want to deal with stuff like menus. It's just like with anime, you know, there are people who don't want to deal with really reading subtitles. They want to dub, and they're not going to mess with something without a dub. There are some people, you know, look down on that and every, you know, opinion in between, right? So it's the same kind of mindset. So to get more people to broaden the scope, you got to make it more action RPG-esque, you know, like 15 did, like they did, and are doing with the remake of Final Fantasy 7. I guess this is the way they're going with it. But for me, it just looks too much like 15 in terms of the gameplay. Like right there where you're showing the fighting, right? Where you teleport to one guy, very
Devil May Cry,
and the hell out of him, and then which is an influence they literally say was an influence, right? And were influenced by that, right? But this was also in 15. But I would say it's more Devil May Cry than ever before. But basically, you go to one guy, you wail on him for a bit, and then you teleport with some magic or whatever to the next guy, rinse and repeat until your combo meter or whatever, I guess, is done. That's basically what 15 was like. It's the same thing here. It doesn't look any more or less like, why should I play this over 15?
So are you saying this is basically a typical Square game?
Nowadays, Square nowadays, because Square used to be so varied, they used to introduce so many things, you know, different, even if their genres were limited, they worked within those and, you know, mixed together different elements like TEKNOBLAST, you know, he was talking about all the cyberpunk elements that he, you know, was introduced with 7, which, you know, before that point wasn't a staple in the series. Now it is, right?
Yeah.
All those elements are, you know, it's just, like Square, this is the way Square is nowadays. I don't think I particularly like, I can't say I hate it. I understand some of the choices they're making and why they have to make those, but they could do a lot better than this. I mean, it's different. I'm not going to hate on it just because they changed it up. You know, I mean, I still want to play.
What did they change though?
They really didn't, I don't think.
Like the environment. The environment looks like a medieval, like Dragon Age Skyrim type environment or setting, and that's not something I'm used to in a Final Fantasy game. If that's how Final Fantasy was at the very beginning, because I wasn't into Fantasy at the very beginning,
right.
But if FF has been like this before, then I never played a game like that.
No, I would say 15 was right, and you played 7, which was more, even though like the, you know, like the themes and stuff were new and modern and new to the series, the gameplay was still very traditional. So what you experienced was basically the same as what I did when I said I borrowed that cartridge of 3 of Super Nintendo. It was basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Just graphic.
They've been moving away from turn-based for about
a long time,
since like 9, you know, like, so now they're going to the full-on action RPG, and this is what I appreciate more than turn-based. I like what I see, but I don't know about $70. You know, it's like, and then there's so much to play when this is supposed to come out. I don't think Sony is doing this game any service by putting it with all these big games that are coming out around it. I think it needs to be somewhere isolated.
So they're gonna think if you really want to play this, you're gonna.
Well, nobody's gonna do that, right? I mean, the last one sold 5 million. This one, and it was like everywhere. No, I think the last one sold 10 million. And it was everywhere.
It seems so pedestrian. It's like they're going through the motions with this one. And I don't think anybody's really paying attention to this game.
Okay, like, but then you go to Final Fantasy 7 Remake. And Final Fantasy 7 Remake, that's the one that sold 5 million.
That one had eyes on it. Yeah.
But it's Final Fantasy 7.
Right.
That's when Final Fantasy was at its peak.
Yeah.
To put this game around a whole bunch of hitters just so they don't look bad for not having any first party being ready, I think they're doing them a huge disservice. This game has already been slowly going down. Square is not on the uptick. And I think that this game needs to be somewhere where it can try to shine all by itself. You saw what happened to Forspoken, and there was really nothing around that game. Was that Forspoken came out last year or this year? This year, right?
This year.
So nothing was around it because I'm thinking about Elden Ring.
It was like February.
That was Horizon that got killed.
Yeah, it's like February when it came out.
Yeah, I think it's February. I'm pretty sure it's February.
Yes, it was.
So, and you see what happened to that, and there was really nothing to slow that game down. And this game looks like Forspoken without the parkour, which is why I don't understand why so many people had an issue with Forspoken. Because when I saw it, I was like, well, it's typical Square.
Yeah.
And then this right here, I mean, you can see they have the A-team on this. This looks there's way more cinematics.
Yeah.
Whole lot. It's higher production value with this game.
But that's your typical Final Fantasy game, though, right?
Exactly. It's like pedestrian now, but at the same time, I do gotta say, this is top tier. It's just that we expect that from them now. So when they do it, we're not even impressed by it.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, okay, yeah, it's got the flash, right? It's got the flash where it should and where it fits too. It's not like they're going beyond where they should with it, right? It looks great, but it's just like more of the same now with a little splash of Devil May Cry. And I'm not knocking that. I don't know nothing behind the game, but they haven't shown much but a dude walking around with a sword, like killing shit. There are countless games like
this
that.
right here, this little sequence. I don't know if you just let me play it again. When he starts whipping that whatever he has,
I was watching.
It reminds me of Castlevania Lord of Shadows.
Yeah. And like
when he's whipping around his chain thing, his whatever you call it, Morningstar.
Yeah,
Dante's Inferno.
God of War, Dante's Inferno. Yeah. All those games had that with his scythe and when they had their little chain thing to it. Yep, same thing. But yeah, okay. So he's got chocobos. Okay, where's his party?
Yes,
right?
he has a chocobo.
Okay, this guy must be a Dark Knight by his equipment and stuff, right? He's a Dark Knight. Okay, where's the monk at? Where's the white mage? Where's everything?
Well, they did show him with a couple,
just
like,
one dude
with some kind of companion with him.
Companions.
But they're supposed to show off the companions. Like the companionship between the companions is a core tenet of Final Fantasy. Like they meet along, not just Final Fantasy, but they started it. Yeah.
Where he's gonna do some around.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of Lord of Shadows.
But they don't put them front and center. They don't really advertise the other characters. Yeah, that's not good. I don't see. That's not a change that was for the better.
Here he comes right here somewhere. He's gonna go. Da, 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 da. Come on, where is it?
It's coming. Right here.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. See, teleports around, slashing everybody.
Kind of like a bootleg Jedi game.
Yeah. That was Lord of Shadows right there.
Dante when he had like the nunchuck weapon in Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
I got 3 stick nunchucks and he starts spinning around with his foot. There you go.
Yeah. Which is fine. Which is fine. I'm not knocking it.
You got that good, my boy. But yes.
But like I said, the setting is what threw me off because it felt very Skyrim, you know?
Yeah.
Very, very medieval, kind of Dragon Age type fantasy game compared to what I've been playing, Final Fantasy 7 and 13, and a little bit of, which is the one with the royal people. I didn't like that one. Was that 15?
That was
15.
That's the car.
I didn't like that. I couldn't even play that anymore. I had to give up on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't like that one. And but it seemed very futuristic, right? Like far future.
It was like modern day with some like mechs here and there.
Right. And this doesn't. This just seems like very medieval times.
Medieval. Yeah. But Devil May Cry.
It just seems different to me. That's all.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks good to me for Final Fantasy.
Home at the same time, I feel. I don't know why.
But I'm not paying $70 for it. And there are too many other games that I'm interested in.
And there's the drama with the developer.
I haven't paid $70 for a PlayStation.
I'll wait for this to come to PC late when it's like the deluxe version with everything all included, and that's on sale. Yeah. That's when I'll pick this up on a Steam Crackhead sale. Maybe by then I'll have a Steam Deck too.
Well, shoot, what is it? 2 years exclusive, or maybe it'll hit PC in 6 months.
No, it's supposed to be PC in 6 months, but for Xbox, I don't know.
I don't know. That's not coming. Yoshi P said, "Don't worry about that. Get a PlayStation."
That's what they always say. Hey, look at what's his name with Tekken 8, right? Oh, when he talking about the crossplay and all of that, and the netcode, all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, of course," but everybody remembers the way he was acting all salty, and he was acting all salty about it. But everybody remembers what he said about Tekken 7, right? Because his hands were in, Sony's hands were in his pockets, so of course, no, he didn't want to push for that. But now the fighting game community won't accept that kind of stuff anymore with the netcode and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. It's the same mindset, really. I feel.
I just don't think that. What up, Punny? But for a game like this, this is our childhood, right?
Yeah.
when Final Fantasy was peaking, Super Nintendo, and then it reached its peak at Final Fantasy 7, and it's been on the downslide, and then it went up with online, but not for the main line, and it's been going down ever since. So it's like I'd like to see it succeed. I don't have a problem with Square. I have a problem with their practices. I have a problem with their games. I have a problem with their practices.
Exactly.
They don't put their games where people want to play them, and so that makes me not a fan. It makes me not look forward to their games, and it makes me want to be a pirate.
Like, grr.
I'm gonna give you a perfect example of something that looks on the surface would sound so odd, right? Okay, like you got the Final Fantasy Pixel Collection, right? It's on PlayStation and Switch only. No Xbox. It's not even on PC. Even
No PC.
All those games are on PC. That's the whole collection of all those games on disc, though. But those games are on PC, I believe. I have a couple of them, I think. I don't think I have the whole collection.
Well, they got all of the Pixel
Remastered.
3D ones or whatever.
Not the 3D ones. Well, they have those two, but the 2D remasters that these are.
Yeah, the 2D remasters. That's what.
And they also have these on Steam. I have a couple of the ones that I wanted, not all, right? But see, so they avoided Xbox, which is stupid, right? But we know, Sony's probably behind that, right? But they also avoided PC. But it's so messed up. See, that's a title, right? That's like their ultimate 2D remaster of all the classic ones before 7, 1 through 6, right? Even the Switch got it physical. That should have been on everything. Even PC physical, right? Put that out there. Like, have it in the bargain bin at Walmart. Let's be honest, right? For PC, when you first walk in the piece to BJ's and Costco and stuff, they have all those PC apps.
Dude, my Walmart is so awful right now. Like everything's empty. All the racks are just completely bare.
Dude, mine's is loaded.
Yeah,
you mean the PC rack?
I'm talking about the gaming, like for not Nintendo, but for like Xbox and PlayStation. It is ugly.
Now the places I have, they have the Walmart closest to me has 6 PlayStation 4s, no PS5s, no Series S's, a bunch of Switches, and 1 Xbox Series X that's just been sitting in the corner, Forza bundle for about a week and a half. $550, $559, I think it is. That one's been sitting there for about a week and a half. I'm like, man, they must not know it's there. It's in the corner because Xbox is first.
Well, because when these consoles came out, Walmart always said from the very beginning, we're not going to sell them in the stores. If you want it, you have to order. Right. So nobody knows to like really just walk up there and look for them themselves unless you see it right there. But it's always been known that it's like if you want something, you got to buy it.
Somebody really wants it, right? And they put it way in the corner like that, and they're hoping to get it later on when they get the money together.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's easy to pass it by because it's in the first case in the back corner of it. But I don't know. It's
and Best Buy,
one of the large. No, this is Walmart. Best Buy has them, but you have to. There's tags. They don't have like consoles on the floor. They have the
little
tags.
paper thing.
Yeah.
No, I went to Walmart, not Walmart, Best Buy a couple weeks ago or so to do a pickup. Dude, they're gonna close down, dude. They're awful now. They used to be my favorite store to go to.
Best Buy.
Yeah, I'm hearing Best Buy.
They've been saying that for years, bro. I love Best Buy.
Best Buy, man. Listen, they're
embarrassing. You go in there, there's nothing. There's nothing at all. I'm gonna have to take pictures again because I've been there a couple of times and it's just bare. Like there's nothing. There's nobody showing up to walk in and purchase stuff. Walk in, they're like, "How you doing, sir? Can I help you with anything? Is there anything I can find you?" And I was like, "Dude, let me just walk around. I just walked in,
How they encourage you to buy online and wait outside in your car now, right? You ever pay attention to the side of the building?
Yeah, I did. I mean, yeah. But I like going in because I like to see what's there.
Well, I mean, you're like me and probably like sick too. But like when you go like here, you know what? Okay, I live in the Woodlands. You know where the Woodlands Mall is, right?
Yep.
Right across the street from the Woodlands Mall is Best Buy. It's always full, right? But if you look on side of the Best Buy, there's like 10 cars any given time.
Yeah.
They want it. They want people. They're still like under what is it? COVID protocol, kind of, where they try to encourage you to make your purchases and we'll drop it off to your car.
That's why I walk in and start coughing like crazy.
No.
I think they like doing that because it's easier for them. It's less work. They get to sit on their butts and just wait for people to come.
They do. I'm serious, man. You walk into the one I go to, and it's on a major highway in North Dallas, and it's one of the busiest highways. That's where it's located, right up, like I said, right off the highway. And when I go there, it is like a desert. It is pathetic the way it's like the way it is right now. The one I go to.
Last time I went to one, it was kind of like that too, but they didn't freaking. But they just ignored me. They just let me walk.
I wish they would have kept their little gamer club.
I had to look for one at one point.
Dude, I took advantage of that gamer club program so many times when they had it, and I signed up every year for it.
This is what I'm hearing about them. They made smart moves like when they first invented that in the first place, and now they're like screwing up. They go through this ups and downs. So I agree with Realist when he said that about them. At the same time, bro, I think this might be the last wave where they can't.
But if they go, then who's left, bro? Like
Micro Center.
Yeah. And okay, well, I'm about to ask. You're not here. All right, but like, there's only one here, and this is like I live on the outskirts of Houston, but this is Houston, bro.
I don't have one in PA. It's in New York. I gotta go to.
Yeah, but this is Houston, bro. We only got one. We have a CompUSA again now.
Oh, really?
You have a CompUSA? I didn't know those still existed.
Off I-10 West towards Katy.
I thought they went out of business.
Yeah, they brought CompUSA back. Like CompUSA is the store that got me into like PC gaming.
Because Radio Shack can never come back. Like the people who need components and stuff that go online, right? The people who need like phones and stuff like that. There's other stores that do it, and there's online, right? It's just like certain shops, and Radio Shack is the best example of that, where they got everything they used to do got chopped up and divided into other stores and other opportunities where they can never come back as what they were, because nobody needs them for none of the things that they were good for.
You know what's not good for right now? This is play PSVR 2. Did we get into it last week? I don't think we did we?
Bro, we always get into it because it's always
because
they tried to what is the word? They tried to deny this report, remember?
Yeah.
Because one of the insiders said that they were going to cut production because it's not meeting the expectations.
Well, by the end of March, they only sold 270,000. That's
yeah. I mean, Phil lied to you, Xbox though.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And he said he was going to bring VR to Xbox, and what do you have?
I got nothing.
Yeah, because he never said. Yeah, he never said.
So I should be more upset that I don't have a VR on Xbox than PSVR2 not taking off like everybody expected.
Yeah, I mean, PlayStation's innovating, bro. Where's Xbox innovation?
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Fiji charts of all people.
Punty's like, every month I took a free battery from Radio Shack. They gave me a bad look. They gave me
You're pocketing the batteries, bro.
Man,
they were looking at you.
That's one store I don't miss. I miss Circuit City a little bit.
I do. I miss all
not
that.
Radio Shack.
I miss
Circuit City is like what's Best Buy to me. It was like Circuit City versus Best Buy, and they were both the same thing in terms of what they were offering. I didn't give a fuck. Like
I miss
Circuit City died, and then I was messing with Amazon anyway. So
I miss Fry's.
I miss,
bro.
Dude, and I never got to beat a Fry's, but Micro Center is basically Fry's 2.0.
No, right? Bro. Like Micro Center. Fry's was kind of like Aldi. I don't know if y'all shop at Aldi. Like they had a lot of like their own brand stuff that was pretty good for cheap.
Oh, okay. So add that element to it. Okay, because Microsoft.
Yeah, so like, bro, we were just. I was talking. She needed a HDMI cable with the USB on the other side. I was like, well, where are we gonna get it from if we're not gonna get it from Amazon?
Yeah, Fry's had like cables galore. If you need it.
Yeah, she was like, I don't know. You're the electronics guy. You're supposed to be my savior. I said, look, R.I.P. Fry's. But I'm not going way to the south side to Micro Center, because Micro Center's over there by the Galleria.
Yeah.
So, bro, I miss Fry's because it was like that was the store that sold me to Connect, because it had a big old gazebo with everybody standing around the Connect playing bowling.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The only reason you really missed it was because it was close by. That's it.
Well, it was a good. I mean, it's
Location, no doubt.
no, but for a person like me, bro, I would go hang out there, right? Tech, do you remember the Incredible Universe?
Yeah, I do. That's
it was over there in Maryland.
Yeah.
Dude, Tech, okay, you saw one Micro Center. Imagine 3 of them with 2 floors.
Yeah.
And nearly everything they had was testable.
I forgot about that store.
Mm-hmm. It didn't last long. It was too good. They had VR. You could try it. This was when VR was thousands of dollars, and you could try everything. They had everything, dude. All the consoles, all the TVs. You could basically use them like you were at home.
Yeah. All right, guys. Whoever's watching on Twitter, I'm gonna cut the feed off. If you want to watch, and come on over to YouTube. We'll continue there. Bye. All right. Yeah, I miss all the electronics or the options we had. You know, I like Best Buy. I like my Micro Center, but that's all we got left now.
That's what I'm saying.
As in brick store. You know,
I'm rooting for Best Buy, man, to leave. They gotta stay, man.
I'm not rooting for them to leave. I want them to stay, but
I hope they stay because there's nothing else.
They need to up their game.
I think
I definitely don't want them to go. I rarely deal with Best Buy, but once in a blue I do. Like I bought a TV from them. I almost bought
several TVs from them,
but I bought it from Amazon instead. But the previous TV I did, right, and they delivered it and everything for free. It was great.
I got Total Tech, so I bought most of my stuff there.
Right, I never had Total Tech, but even without that, if you buy a TV, what they do is when you order it, right, and now they know where you are. So what they do is they send it to the local Best Buy near you, right? And the day before they're supposed to deliver it, they call you and ask if you want to just come and pick it up. Or the second thing they'll also offer you is to upsell you and the warranties and all that if you didn't get that, right? It's the day before. It's at the store already. Right? You can go pick it up right now. We don't have to do our job for us, right? You can just do you can just do our job for us, right? I'm like, nah, I'll wait. They come, they'll bring it into your house. I'm like, yes, thank you, for free.
So what do you think the problem is with the VR2? I mean, is it too much of a niche thing to expect high demand and high sales?
It's a number of things. It's the price. It's the way they did it. It's the lack of a lot of software. It's the apathy that people are starting to develop, right? That's like nonsensical in many ways. Not saying there's not a lot of points to the detractors and stuff. I don't want to get into the whole big thing about it again, right? But yeah, it's many things. Many things.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's the price. It's always going to be the price.
That's the number one thing, easily.
Do I want one? I would want one. Yeah, because I like to try it out. Somebody dropped off. Even though I have the Oculus or whatever, the Quest, whatever you want to call it, which is a good one because it's standalone. Don't have to be tethered.
Yeah.
This before several times, but it always comes down to price. And like I said, with the first PSVR, I was tempted to buy it because they had it on sale for $199.
Oh no, right? You shouldn't have did it back then. No, at that point, nah. So I knew it. It was garbage then.
Right. So, but it's like $199 compared to the full price that it was back. You know what it was. I'm like, I kind of bite the deal sometimes. You know, it's like, how can you?
No. That's how you know, right? And it's not just for that, right? For anything. If anything you see maintains its price for like the majority of its life, right? And then all of a sudden it drops low, right? When you notice like a tension on it has been low too, that's clearance. They're trying to get rid of them, and you're gonna be the sucker to get one when it's about to die. Oh hell no.
Sucker.
Exactly. Nah. But yeah, man, it was many things.
Hey, I've been known to buy stuff and then they stop supporting Vita. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Windows Phone.
I got the Windows Phone super late with that.
The Zune HD. Okay.
I used the Zune HD app, right? Up until I installed Windows 11, I couldn't find a way to port over my, install, which is a shame. But I use that app for podcasts, everything.
I got Boxy Box. You know what
Oh,
that is?
the Boxy, yeah, like Cody, it was in the box, yeah. I remember that. Boxy.tv.
And I still got it. And I still got it right now. I don't use it, but I got it.
Yeah, it's dead.
Boxy Box.
It was like a Ouya for video stuff.
Oh,
it was a great streaming box.
Yeah, it was one of the first actually.
Yeah, it was a great streaming box. So
yeah,
but
really.
I was gonna ask you guys: did either of you believe that the PSVR2 was gonna be a huge success?
Once I saw the price, no, I knew it had no chance of that.
Yeah, it all came down to price, man.
I just think that the interest isn't there. You know, because it's like it's too expensive, and the people that are most interested in it are children. And at that point, you're asking people to buy their kids $400 to $600 toys. And when it comes to PlayStation, they barely sold PS5s, right? They're at 30 million, and they had 120 million consoles. They sold 5 million PSVR 1 headset units. And then off the 30, I don't know what they expected to sell. I mean, you're telling people to go ahead and get a PSVR 2, and they have to find a PS5
and
first.
It doesn't work on PC. That's another major.
And but see that.
Or number 2, actually.
But that would mean that PlayStation is committed to PC, and they're not yet.
And that's a problem. See,
why would they provide a headset just so that you can play other people's games? Whereas PlayStation presents hardware, but PlayStation presents hardware to sell software.
Right.
If they're not selling PC software, they don't want to sell the hardware.
But they are. See, and that's the thing with their whole outlook.
Where are they selling PC software in VR?
They're not selling PC software in VR. But see, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, they're doing all these little things where they kind of dip their toe in the water, right, with PC stuff. The biggest thing they do, is selling their their big ticket games, on PC now, Spider-Man and what have you. Slowly, finally now, right? But they're not doing that with VR. So, but they're planning to bring the PSN to PC. See, this is supposed to be a whole ecosystem. Is what I've explained.
Just like Xbox.
Just like Xbox, and they don't have that yet. And that's the other problem. See, that could have been a piece of that Triforce, if you will, of PC support. They've got keyboards, not keyboards, but headsets, right? Headphones and stuff, and monitors and stuff that they're trying to get into that PC hardware market with the PlayStation branding on them, right? We've discussed that before, and what I think of it, at least, right, of the pricing, once again being the main issue with those, but like a version 2, I can see them doing a lot better. Hopefully we see that soon. But see, that's supposed to be that whole ecosystem, the hardware, the software, and the and also the network to bring it all together. And they could have had this headset because the PC crowd would have bought this, right? Easily. It would have made up for the PlayStation community not really being that heavy in it. It would have made up for that. It's a top tier headset in terms of the hardware, but I mean, Sony just messed up in so many ways. It's not just the price, but that's one of the biggest things. It's ironically that the PC support is actually a bigger issue than it actually software, right? And this is how people see it now. But before, they would have told you, the price and the software. But software might have even been number 1. That's key. That's the other biggest thing, right? The price, the PC compatibility, and software. And there's so much in terms of software that should have been on there that's not. That was never on their platform from the last headset. I just don't get it, man. Once I saw the price, I knew it was DOA.
Yeah, it's bad. So, nope, I won't be buying anytime soon. I've said this before, but if it drops down to $199, I'll do it. I'll bite.
Maybe I'll have a PS5 by then.
Yeah.
Or a PS5 Pro. At this rate, where the people are talking all the time with that. Which I don't worry about.
Sorry, PSVR. We're just not there yet. Maybe another year or two. We'll see what happens. There'll be a clearance. Clear out the stock. Punty. I had a free battery card, but the whole point was that of that was them tricking you to come in to buy into the store to buy stuff, but I just took the free battery with my free battery. Jerk. This guy.
Oh, that's how you. Okay, you didn't. I thought you were stealing them. Okay, I forgot about that whole thing. Yeah.
So you come in for the free thing, and that's what he can. I came here for my free battery, my monthly free battery.
He gets his batteries and he dips
and walked out. Yeah. Well, man, Radio Shack always had like their obscure type products, right? Stuff that you don't see at the main stores.
And that was the first thing I said, that the internet takes care of that for those kind of people who need soldering irons.
I mean, that's your hobby store pretty much.
Right. Yeah. And they don't, and that's what they used to be. And they moved away from that, and this is how they killed themselves, right?
Yeah.
But now the internet would have destroyed that anyway, even if they had just stayed as a hobby shop, right? Like the internet would have destroyed that anyway. That's what happened. Like people who deal with that stuff now, they go online to get that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is not the type of thing you're gonna need all of a sudden. Well, you need it right now, right?
I mean, the internet's great, but man, it's killed so much stuff just because other businesses took over. They filled in a gap, did things quicker, made it cheaper, where box stores just couldn't compete. So, yeah, it blows. It blows, but what do you do? I mean, that's business. That's what happens, man.
Progress.
I mean, that's what capitalism.
Capitalism.
That's what it is.
America.
F yeah. Woo. No. All right, man. So dang it. It's done. So it finally came home. Ghostwire. So you guys played it yet?
I never cared about that game.
I downloaded it. I just haven't played it yet. Like I said, I'm not going to start anything new until I get back. But it looks like everybody's enjoying it, well, except for PlayStation people. Xbox people are enjoying it. I mean, for one, it's in Game Pass, so it's like it's no lose there if they don't like it.
The PlayStation people were enjoying it when it was exclusive, but now
they were enjoying talking about it because they didn't support the game.
Right.
So now it sucks because it's on Xbox.
Right. Or it sucked because they didn't buy it, and they didn't buy it because it was Xbox.
Yeah.
But I loved the game. I liked it when I played the first time. I'm loving it now. I didn't get to say what I was playing, but it would have been a really short answer. I mean, I've been playing Ghostwire since it dropped the day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I like the game. I don't play a whole lot of Japanese anything. The lore is all new to me. I just run around and hope nobody sees me. I mean, the enemies hit hard.
It's Doctor Strange moves.
That's what somebody said. This would have been a good Doctor Strange game.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like witchy Doctor Strange. It's he's some kind of ghost in the in between.
Okay.
I haven't unlocked that one yet, but
he's like purgatory or something, like in between.
I don't even think he's in purgatory. He's trying to save his sister. Basically, everybody in Shibuya is in the in between, and he's freeing them and helping them cross over. Like those that did it show the little blue like people. They're actually like suspended there. He has to save them and report them to some type of telephone. I thought it was all just weird and cool, like spirits through a telephone.
Yeah.
I mean, who thought of that?
Poltergeist, spirits through a TV.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like the game. I think it's cool. I hope everybody plays it because when these studios bring new experiences to the marketplace and they don't go over, nobody gives them a chance. That pushes them into creating more games that are cookie cutter. And we need more unique experiences outside of the box ideas that move away from what everybody else is doing. Because to me, a lot of these experiences are, monotonous, and I like to get away from them. I'm not interested in a whole lot of the games that come out because everybody's chasing what somebody else did, hoping that they can capture some segment of success from them.
Right.
But I hope you guys try it out. I really like it. I want you guys' opinion because the only people's opinion I've ever gotten were PlayStation fans. And a couple of them said they liked it, they loved it, platinumed it. But the majority of them said, I'm not playing that Xbox trash on my PS5. That's what they would say.
As soon as they heard.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, you can pretty much go wherever you want. You know what I mean? And it's all just weird and new to me. That's why I like it.
Yep. Yeah, I'll try it out when I get back. But I got so many others. They're just backing up.
I know, right? I need to get back to Atomic Heart and
let's see.
Plague's Tale before they leave.
Let me look at my list. So I'm playing Scars Above, which recently came out, and the only reason why I'm playing this right now was because it's a short game. It's only like a 4-hour game. It's not that long.
Oh.
Then I bought one a few months ago called In Sound Mind. That's a psychological shooter type game. And that's also a short game, but it's taking me much longer because I can't find anything. It's a hard time looking for the stuff that I need to find.
What game was that you can't find anything?
In Sound Mind.
Sound Mind. Okay, yeah, I heard that. Okay.
And then there's one called Foreclosed, which is a cyberpunk type game, which is like a 2-hour game. So I'll probably play those 3 games and try and knock them out because they're not very long. Also got Dying Light 2. You know, that's a big game, and I like that game.
Mm-hmm.
But God, it's like I got Gotham Knights. Benedict Fox is coming out. Minecraft Legends coming out. We got Tokyo. Atomic Heart I haven't played. It's just, man, so much.
And then right after that, you get
Redfall.
Redfall right after that. But see, I want to play
Eating good meme.
Dead Island too when it comes out.
Dead Island. There's another. There you go. See?
I think this game is gonna carry me to. No, I'll beat it this weekend because I'm grinding the hell out of it. I like it.
Yep. So, you know, some of these games are coming out soon. Like this one's out. You know, it's just I'm not gonna get to it just yet because it's like I want to finish these other games first because I hate having to start a new game. Let's just say Ghostwire. I get addicted in playing. I go back to the previous game that I was playing and I forget what I was doing. You know, I lose track of
that happens all the time with these big games, man. I put them down like Atomic Heart. I'm just gonna probably just run around and get killed a little bit before I figure out the buttons again.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest, I don't love that game. I like it.
And then if it's a game, let's just say Dying Light. Okay. If I don't play it within a month again, I forget because I use my Elite controller and I have paddle controls underneath it too. So I'm like, oh crap, what do my paddles do now? Well, so I'm over here playing the game and trying to figure out what these paddles do now because I mapped the buttons differently compared to what the defaults are. So yeah. That's my first world problems.
Dying Light, the jumper is the bumper, right?
Yeah, but I changed
the bumper.
But I changed it to the paddle.
Mm-hmm.
So I just keep jumping and keep jumping. Punty's like Super Mario music is relaxing.
It's the Wii.
Yeah, it's the Wii
menu music.
Yeah,
it's the Wii. So Ghostwire, yeah, you came home and everybody's liking you, especially Xbox players. So that's
good. I think everybody's doing a lot of talking, bro. Kind of like with Deathloop. And I don't understand.
I didn't like Deathloop. I'll tell you that right now. I didn't
like it either.
Why don't
the very beginning, it didn't make sense to me. I got stuck right there. I couldn't figure out the puzzles. I was playing through the cloud, so maybe the textures were all right or something. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh man, yeah, guys. You
guys.
Hey,
I tried, man.
I tried, man.
I tried. Yeah, I tried, and it's like, no, I don't like the whole.
I know a lot of people love it. I guess
it did.
I asked Legal at the very beginning. He couldn't tell me nothing, and he already beat the game by that point. No. He hadn't beat the game. He was still in it. He was hosting it.
You can't ask him because he'll rush right through it,
and he would remember.
ask Realist, man. Ask him, he'll tell you.
Dude, at the very beginning, the stupid puzzles. I'm like, what clues did you ever give me to even attempt to play? And I don't know. Maybe it's because I was playing on the cloud. Maybe it just wasn't looking right because at that point it wasn't looking too good sometimes. But I don't know, bro. I don't get it.
You guys, and see, that's my problem with a lot of Xbox fans, man. We started capping for Bethesda's ZeniMax titles and never cared about them. That's the problem with like arcane titles.
Hey, I like Fallout.
I tried. It's not my fault the game didn't make sense to me.
That's fine, but I'm talking about like arcane kind of blew up with Doom Eternal, and a lot of people like Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal's awesome.
To get next level, and then they don't play those games. They just started talking about Bethesda because Xbox bought them.
I bought them.
Yeah. I would hope that like people would give these games, more of a shot. Like Prey, a lot of people didn't play Prey.
I didn't play Prey. No.
Yeah. See, and like these are good games by that studio and these teams. So I like Dishonored, and that's what
I played that one. I played both of them. Yep.
Yeah. That now, and then when you watch this guy, I can't remember his name, is like something BR. This dude that's like, he just does these runs where he like appears behind people, opens their mouth for them, lets the knife fall in their mouths. Once you see that type of stuff, then you realize you're not really playing the game. You're not really seeing what the game can do. It's the same thing with Deathloop. They're the same types of games, except that Deathloop, you have to find out the puzzles, that your targets are only there at certain times of the day, and you have to go back at the right time of the day and things like that. But I understand if it's not for you. Some people like straightforward games. I don't blame you. I mean, our time is valuable. And if you don't like a game, you feel like it's not respecting your time. That's how I feel about Souls games.
Wilkins says Deathloop is fire with online invasions enabled.
That wasn't the thing. Okay, well, what you said there at the end about the wasting of time thing, yeah, but from a different reason. It was for me because I didn't understand what the hell was. I don't know what I was doing. I walked up. Now they expect me to figure out a code on a door, but I don't see. There's no. And I'm feeling like I don't know how to play video games. Like if I gave my aunt the controller, right? If I toss her the stick, she's not gonna know. She's gonna be in the menus like I'm dropping it down to 480p or some shit. Like I don't know. That's how stupid I felt for. I'm not exaggerating when I
just dumb it down. You'll be good.
I walked in. There's a fence or whatever, and there's a computer. You look through stuff. And then I'm supposed to figure out a code on a thing. I look behind. Bro, no help. And at the very beginning, the first thing to do, I don't understand what's going on. So I couldn't
the limitation of ammo and stuff like that also got me. I didn't
even have an issue with ammo because I never got to shoot anything. You understand what I'm saying? I was at the very beginning thing. When you first get there, you go inside the cave and there's a whole complex and whatnot in there. I already didn't know what to do. I spent like half hour on that. And so when I felt like time was wasted,
you threw your controller.
Stupid. No. I'm like, I'm not throwing it at my C10. Oh hell.
Did you rage? Like, oh, you threw it at the pillow.
I just felt stupid. I just paused. I didn't have any words. I was like, huh?
I don't.
It's because you gotta read, bro. You gotta read.
I was reading everything.
And no matter what I did, if I peek my head out, I got shot in the eye. I'm like, dude, come on. See, you don't have that great aim,
Dude, what are you doing?
In Deathloop. I hide from the enemy, man. I'm more Rambo. That's my problem. I'm not stealthy guy.
Oh yeah, don't. Yeah,
I'm not a stealth fan either.
I'm not a stealth guy. I'm a Rambo guy. I'll go in there and start blasting.
I'm tactical. Like I'll duck and weave, bob and weave, and sneak through ninja style.
That's why for a game that's why I liked Assassin's Creed, because you're supposed to be stealthy, but if you got caught, you can fight your way out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because probably 2 months ago, I tried to play like Metal Gear. I was like, oh hell no.
Like I like Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. Rambo through the whole game. I don't care about stealth.
yeah. Like I'll shoot who I need to get through, right? And besides, they give you the sleeping gun. So night. You know what I'm saying? I gotta worry about you waking up and causing me problems. No man is gonna come through and find you before I'm already gone. So whatever. I'm good.
Whatevs, right? Whatevs.
Yeah.
No.
What was that?
Metal Gear.
I don't know. That's his side.
But that was my phone, probably.
No. Did you say what else? What else? What'd you say, Jack?
Oh, whatevs. Whatev.
Oh, whatevs. Okay.
Yeah, you said whatever.
You went Valley Girl for a second.
But that's how you like it in some of these games sometimes, Like you want to just be able to get through and not have to worry about every detail unless it's on like a higher difficulty. Then the AI is like cheating.
Yeah, some games just think they're the only game on the market. You know, you want it to be a challenge, but not overly challenging. You know, like you want to.
Well,
you don't want people to just breeze
when I was in
through
my
it.
20s and wasn't married, I didn't have a house. I had my apartment. I was no
You
kids.
have responsibilities.
I would play on veteran mode all day long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got that time anymore.
Nope.
I will play normal or easy. I'm not ashamed of it.
Well, I don't play easy, but I'll normal or hard is what I play on.
So,
But
like the Scars Above game that I'm playing right now, I'm playing on easy mode because I just want to fly right through it. I just want to know the story. And something about Final Fantasy 16, they have a story mode.
Right.
Yeah, where you don't really do much.
Right. So which is great because that's me. I don't care about the deep diving of the abilities of the character. I want to fight through it and see what the story is about.
So basically it'll be like what the commercials used to be for Final Fantasy, but that's actually what you're playing. You just hitting next. Cool. You pay $70 for that.
Yeah, you can just watch that on YouTube for free, bro.
Word.
No, I can't. No, I'm not gonna do that. No.
Well, I mean, there's always somebody on YouTube making a following out of explaining the lore and story of a game.
Mm-hmm. I just want
so you can just watch that on YouTube. And they pay $70 just to walk through the story.
Hey, I don't.
It's kind of like Death Stranding, bro. I just wanted to hear the story.
$70 for a PlayStation game at all.
Well, my son's a big mythology dude. Like any mythology, he just loves it. So I had to buy it for him for Christmas. There was no reason not to. I tried my best to not pay $70 for these games, just on principle, man. Because like I said on Twitter before, like this, I don't know if y'all know him, but Frog Boy Andrew, he was talking about how Xbox has these $70 games and yada yada. I'm like, dude. I think there are enough $70 games to prove out that that's not a quality marker if it's $70. That's just the cost of doing business now.
Yeah, it's just the cost of the game. Yeah.
And if you look at some of these AA games,
sometimes you pay $70 for a piece of crap game. It's a crappy game.
It's no different than 60.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, like the new sales price is $39.99 instead of $29.99. You got AA games that are selling for $40 instead of $29 they used to sell for. And others that are selling for $60 that would normally sell for $49.99. Yeah, all they did was just raise the cost of gaming across the board.
Everything. Yeah.
So now they're complaining about Redfall, like they're not going to be playing it in Game Pass, so we're still going to use 70 as an objection.
Yeah, and it's the same mindset. Even like for example, in the video card realm on PC, the 4070 came out, right? Even though every review has to respect what it is in terms of, especially when you compare it to the previous generations in its place of card, right?
Yeah.
Despite the price, right? It's highly efficient. It's all these things for what you get in the price. Even Ono with Alex tweeted out that it's good for the price, right? But it's still $100. But everybody loves to complain that it's $100 more than what that tier used to be last generation, which was already increased from before, right? Everything has went up. It just is what it is. I'm not making excuses for none of it. I'm not saying it's right, but it's consistent in so many other things. The entire ecosystem, no matter of gaming, doesn't matter if you're console or PC, right? These accessories, these SSDs. Like I still disagree with Eli overall about the cost of these SSDs could be coming down the Xbox, but at the same time, I have to respect what he said because what he said was facts about
No, I don't have to respect crap.
It's the facts, right? He didn't lie. He's not being disingenuous or anything to say what he said about these things. So it just is what it is. Things are going up in price, and it doesn't mean you're gonna expect it to be $10 better. Like it's supposed to be a level of expectation we have of the game at any price that it needs to meet certain criteria. No matter what you charge for the game, that's on you. If we're willing to pay that price, well, then it comes with a couple of expectations we have, bare minimums. And just because you increase the price doesn't mean those minimums change. It doesn't matter what the price of the game is. That should always be there. And I don't think that's been going on for a while. People have been accepting it.
Hey, I
They're
gotta
testing
respond.
the market. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what he put in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, they're testing the market. Sick. There was a video that I found that I came up on my autoplay. I wasn't watching, I was listening. And this guy basically broke down what's in the Xbox SSD and why it costs what it does.
Mm-hmm. It's
Basically,
the plastic. It's the plastic end.
No, it's 10 layers of SSD stacked on the top of one another, and the metal has the metal for cooling, and then it has
all SSDs of that. It's basically a certain size SSD.
Not all SSDs are not like that. All SSDs are not like that. And no, it's not that. They're not all like that. So it breaks down why it is and why it costs that way. Oh no, it was Jeff Grubb. That's who did it.
Mm-hmm.
They tore it apart. And they basically broke it down. It's like 10 wafers, and they're stacked on top of each other, and they're small. They have the PCI Express, which makes everybody think that
SSDs for years now. Though
everybody acts like it's just it's a PCI Express, but he basically says after breaking it down, I understand why it costs what it does, and I feel better about it. But it's still a price that needs to be addressed in comparison to other SSDs. Because I just got a what is that? A Western Digital SSD for the PlayStation, because they had them for it was like $79 open box.
That's pretty good.
It was open box, and so I was like, what? Why not? Yeah, because the normal price is $124.
Shit.
Normal price is $124. And you compare that to what is it going to be when Western Digital hits the Xbox?
$20 less.
$179.
Yeah, $20 less.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but it's gonna be $50. It's gonna be a $50 difference in the two cards.
But physically, all these really are is those smaller size SSDs, which I guess is what you were doing with your Steam Deck. We'll talk about that next, I guess. Right. Plus a compact flash express, I think, adapter. Right. That's literally what it is. And like we were discussing last week, up until recently where they patched it out with a firmware and it doesn't work anymore, people were getting these parts on eBay and whatnot, right? Like the SSDs at that certain size plus these adapters, which exist, right? Like if you have like cameras, or if you're in camera, they use compact flash connector, right? To put their memory cards in and stuff. So you can get this adapter, you could use the NVMe drive instead and get a lot of capacity at high speed and whatnot. And then that's what this physical adapter really is. So like you get those, they exist. So you used to be able to buy those two, you put them together, you plug in the Xbox, it would work. But now they put a firmware to block that out. So really it is like people know what the parts are and how much they go for, regularly. But like Realist did explain, he's always said this, but they're competing for what's on the Xbox. It's just that the secret's out in terms of cost, and they're seeing that they're beating us over the head with the prices. That just is what the fact is. No matter what people want to think about the yes or no, it is true. So people would hope for the price to come down quicker than that, and it's just not. It's unfortunate.
No, it's not though. Tech, because they're not competing with the open market. But
I know you said that, but that doesn't mean people gotta like it.
You don't have to like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, look. I would much rather spend 120 than 180. You know what I mean? It's just that I have to accept what I can't control. I'm not going to complain about it, because us complaining is not going to make Microsoft take losses, or Seagate or Western Digital take losses.
And mainly Seagate and Western Digital in this case. Yeah.
And then with like this, just because someone can get something to work doesn't mean it's the same thing. Just like with the PlayStation, you can get a 3 gigabyte and have it work on a PlayStation.
No, but that's
not what PlayStation stands by, though. It needs to be 7.
Right, but these are certified though. But these drives are certified for the Xbox. They're not like the PlayStation where they that was the insipid.
It's like the PlayStation's open source. You can put whatever you want in it.
Right, but they're not responsible for nothing.
That's not our problem.
Right, and they said that from day one. Like they're not responsible for nothing. At least with the Xbox drives, they work and they do
responsible for nothing.
And if you have a problem, Xbox will respond. But if you have a problem with the Saberin or a Sony or a Samsung, then you have an issue with that company that you bought it from.
Yep.
So did you upgrade yours, Sick, your hard drive on your Steam Deck with one of these?
No, but a realist.
And show me the price on those.
Let's see. This 1 terabyte from Sabrent is $179 for a 1 terabyte. That's an Xbox.
No, that's one that can looks like it would go in a Steam Deck.
Here's a Western Digital for 1 terabyte. Yeah, this is for Steam Deck. $59. That's wrong. That's gotta be
okay.
wrong.
Wait. Scroll down and see if you can find the higher capacity. No, that's right. Because I was saying the other drive was too expensive. Scroll down until you see where you can pick the other capacities.
Oh man, you know those things are like $400 and $500.
No, they
The
don't
2
have
terabyte.
Oh, here's a whole bunch of
Because that was a 256 or a 512 that you just showed us.
the 1 terabyte.
What?
Okay, there's
No,
59. Oh, no, I'm sorry, $59 for a 512.
It has to be the right size. It has to be the right size too.
Right. No, but this is Steam Deck certified because that's what it said before you got there. So
So you're not gonna upgrade yours?
Me?
No.
I think Realist did.
You don't need to.
Right.
Oh, you did, Realist? You upgraded yours?
Yeah, but you don't need to.
Yeah.
Right.
If I didn't already need to fix something, then I wouldn't have done it.
What does it come with normally?
Well, ours have I'm sure Sick got the 512 model too. It's a 512, 256, or,
size.
or 64.
That's
You can get a 2 gigabyte SSD and not have to bust it open.
Yeah.
At all, even with the 64 gig. So with the 64 gig now with all the shaders and stuff, it's starting to eat that up. Even if you put no games on it, like that's starting to not be viable. And so they should just what they did with the Quest, with the base model, she needs to go up in capacity by default now, I guess to 128 or something. Like they really need to do that pretty quickly, I feel. But other than that, yeah, you can just get yourself an SD card even on that $399 base model and be good.
Yeah, honestly. Because the SSD, I think it's $179 for a terabyte.
Yeah.
So it's like, and you don't have to open it up. And a lot of people say that there's no difference. Now I do notice a difference in like transfer. Like it'll take a day to move a game off of the SSD to the main SSD. I mean, off of the
SD card to a SSD.
SD card to the main SSD. But other than that, games load about the same. I don't notice any differences. So I'd rather do that if I didn't. The thing is I waited. My right bumper, I guess I dropped it. I don't know. I don't remember, but it stopped working right. So I put the new sticks in there, SSD, and that was that.
You didn't change the back with a different back?
No, why would it do that?
I don't know. Some people again, they have different, backs you can get with different colors, transparent.
Well, don't you want to express yourself?
I'm just asking if you
but I have a D brand.
You don't want to express yourself?
Oh, you know, I never
you don't want to
opened
show
that.
your individuality.
I just realized I never opened that package. The screen protector and the D brand skin and all that stuff.
Yeah, that
was supposed to be my second. I never did that.
Yeah, I got a D brand. My Steam Deck has got this. It's called Dragon, whatever it looks. It's like red leather and black leather.
Yeah, Jerry Merchant in the house.
Hey, what up, Jeremy? But the thing about it is the packaging with D brand is like so high quality. Like even the letter that comes in the package. Yeah, you really do get your money's worth with them. They really all aspects of the
man.
Nothing like when you get a brand new console and it's got egg rating.
Series X. Hey, the Series X is sick.
Yeah,
no, the Series X was presented to you. When I got the PlayStation, I dumped it on my bed.
I heard music in the background. I saw lights kind of go. Oh,
it was just like bro.
Now,
the PlayStation 5 controller that
I'm gonna knock the Series S a bit because the Series S presentation was awful.
Isn't as good.
Yeah. Because I just bought my daughter's one like 2 weeks ago, and I was looking at it. I was like,
it's comparable to the PlayStation 5 egg carton.
No, because it's still presented to you.
Okay.
Whereas the PlayStation, you dig it out piece by piece.
Here's the tiebreaker. Like I said about my controller, right? It's the same with the PlayStation 5. I know it's got that outer box that rips, right? Does the Series S have any issues like that when it comes to opening up the box?
No, it has the same tape that's supposed to not stick to the
Xbox
box.
wins. Xbox
and
wins.
it still opens up from the top and it's presented to you. It's just not the same quality of materials in there.
No.
Xbox-
It's not.
fine.
It's
An
also in
Xbox.
an egg carton. It's
That's
also
fine if it's an egg carton.
It's
but the fact
presented
that
to you though,
it's
Tech.
Xbox doesn't makes it win. Plus, it's presented to you, so that's extra.
Bro, when you
That's
open that box,
it
you
does
should
have
hear
that-
some
that-
applause, bro.
It has that wrapping cellophane around it. Well, not cellophane, but kind of like the foamy
Plastic.
type sheets.
It's foam.
Yeah, foam. It had that. The PlayStation did it. It had like a baggy
This is
foam.
just egg crate, bro.
Three. That's 3 on the PlayStation. Jeez, it really is an egg crate. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not capping, bro. It's freaking egg crate, man.
What does
Yep,
cap mean?
Well, you from Houston,
When
bro.
you make an
Like
excuse-
what we call capping,
A
and
cap
what they
is
call
like,
capping are two totally different things. Now it
You're
means
lying when you make
lying.
excuses
Now
for
it means
it.
exaggerated. Now it
Yeah.
means
A lot of things now.
I want to keep up with
taking
the
up for
trend, you know?
something.
I got it. I don't want to feel old or anything, but
you
I guess
don't
if I
have to
use it, it's
feel
gonna sound
but you
weird.
are.
that man, stop capping.
But bro,
My wife
have
told me
to
to
ask
stop
now.
saying that word.
if you have to ask now, after all these years we've been using it, it's a bit late. You see, and
I'm
this
that
is when
guy.
you know
I'm that
something
guy.
is going out of style. It was like with what's her name and twerking, Miley Cyrus. She
I've
ruined
never
twerking
seen
for everybody because she got in on that all late and ruined it for everybody. Right? It's the same thing. It's like whenever and hey, yeah, I'm sorry, man. It just is what it is. Sometimes it's usually white people. They finally get in on it and they start saying it, and now it's done.
That's so fetch.
I used to watch that too.
Oh my god!
I just watched it the other day on Pluto, and it's good.
man.
What is that? Clueless?
No. That's
Mean Girls.
Lindsay Lohan. Mean Girls. Yeah.
Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mean Girls.
Stop it! It's not gonna catch.
Yes, stupid.
And she gave her those bars to make her fat. She thought it was diet bars.
The football players, like, why are you eating those bars? That's what coach gives us to fatten up. And she's
Yeah.
like, what?
Did Caddy give her those?
Who? Oh, hand character give it to her.
Lindsay Lohan.
Katie,
Character.
bro.
Yeah, she did give it to her.
She would call her
Katie,
Caddy
Katie, that's right.
instead of Katie being a mean girl.
with the CADY spelling. That's what it's spelled.
From Africa, bro.
Yeah, she's from. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're talking about movies, it's a good way to go into. Did you see the Super Mario movie?
Nope.
Nope. Not yet.
I still have to see John Wick first, bro.
Oh,
yeah,
John was
exactly.
good.
I haven't seen John Wick.
I saw day one, man. It was good.
Yeah, because I wanted to go, and my kids are like, I don't know, Daddy. I was like, oh,
I wanted to take my girl when the fourth one first
Dude,
came out. She hasn't seen the first two yet.
I read an article where John Wick, he said he spoke around 300 and something words, not over 400 throughout the whole movie.
So it was
Yeah.
all action.
It was
Yeah,
all
it was
action.
a combination.
It
So
was
yeah, it
all
was mostly action.
action, nonstop action. It was good.
Miss Perkins,
It was good.
your
Um,
invitation to the
But the Super Mario movie, man, you know what? It was awesome. It was fun. My kids were loving it. I was watching it. I had a grin on my face the whole time because it was that good. Right now, we have too many people going to it, and
Wait,
you know,
you said
the
your kids? Wait, how old are you? Your boys again?
12, and he's going to be 8 now.
Listen, I'm not knocking it because when I was 8, I was watching, you know, the 80s equivalent of that level of violence, right?
No,
Well, let
not
me
John
ask-
Wick. I'm talking about Super Mario.
Mario.
Bro.
Oh, I'm about to say, because I was about to say, I think John Wick is a little bit too brutal. It's not the action, like, because I used to watch, Predator that came out in '87. I was 7, right? Like,
Well, I saw everything when I was a kid.
right?
Yeah, but
And
that was before
Oh,
kids start going to school and they blame violent movies and
Right,
doing what they do.
right. No, they were doing that back then too. We just ignored them. But what happened was I was thinking you were saying that with your boys because I'm like, especially your 12-year-old. I figured he's watching some action movies.
No,
and shit, but I was gonna say-
they're both aware of John Wick and who he is because of Fortnite.
Right, of course.
And
You
he
know
knows-
what?
They know
That's
about everything.
crazy.
That's
Yeah.
how they know about everything now. It's true.
But that is a
It's true.
mature game though, because one of the things they gave us was like a bunch of skins with the Series S.
Yeah.
And my daughter who wanted
That
to
reminds
play
me of the
it,
story you told me.
she's only 8. So I had to go in and change her ratings and all that. And for the record, Sick, I was talking about Mario too. I would not take my children to see John Wick.
He just mentioned he wants to go see John Wick, and that's what
I want to see John Wick. And when I
Yeah.
offered to take my kids to see this movie, the only people who want to see it are my wife and I.
Right.
Really.
Yeah, kids aren't into Mario like that. They don't.
No, mine were asking every day that opening week, are we going to go see it Wednesday? Because it opened up on Wednesday, right? And I'm like, no, we're going to go watch it Saturday in the afternoon because we have nothing to do that day. There's no plans of anything. Oh, Daddy, I want to go watch Mario. We're going to watch it. You just have to wait till Saturday afternoon when we're not doing anything. There's no plans of anything. Okay, dude, it was an awesome movie. You know, you hear all the people are reading into this way too much. Go in there just to enjoy.
I knew it was gonna be great from the reaction to the trailer. I didn't even see the trailer. I haven't seen anything. I don't want to be spoiled, right? I didn't see nothing.
It's a kids movie.
Once that came out, everybody went nuts over it. And even before then, when they demoed the voice, because what's his name did the voice from the more recent Jurassic Park movies, right? Apparently did a great job.
Black.
No, not Jack Black.
Chris
Pratt.
Anyway.
Yeah, Chris Pratt. Yeah. So that's all I know, right? So I knew this was gonna be good. But is it Sonic good? Is it better than the first Sonic movie?
I would say so. Yeah. I like Sonic. Sonic was awesome.
That's the reaction I'm getting.
Sonic was awesome, and it was real.
And it was well received. Received. But what I'm saying is, I feel this is from the outsider, right? I feel like the reaction this is getting is slightly more than Sonic. Only by a little bit, though. Not by.
I love it.
Nintendo.
I love it. I mean,
I don't know if it's really that because, like he said,
bro, Nintendo is at their peak right now.
Nah, son. Back in the day, they were in their peak.
Not
in terms of money, in terms of like eyes on it. In terms of
it's not just money, bro. They've never sold 120 million consoles before. They've never sold as many exclusives as they're selling right now. They've never sold as many copies of Mario Kart as they're selling right now. Yeah. Nintendo is at their peak. Everybody has a Switch.
How many?
Everybody knows Mario.
Like 80 million, 100 million, something like that.
What's
the
that?
Original Nintendo.
85 or something like 80.
85 million in 1991 of the original NES is that's a higher tax rate per eyes to like the intended audience.
Yeah, but that came with the box. That's like saying Wii Sports is the best selling game of all time, bro.
No, not the game, just the system in general. Like Nintendo was a bigger deal back then in terms of kids, I feel, than they are now.
Dude, everybody has a Switch.
Exact, but still.
If I go to Target right now, there's a kid on the Switch aisle.
Yeah.
And people need to stop sleeping on Target. They got all the consoles.
Oh yeah, Target.
They got PlayStations and Xboxes in Target.
Yep.
That's why the Target joke that was intended as an insult. Now we say it with straight faces and mean it. Like they really did elevate themselves. Like if you want to see part of the reason why Best Buy is doing bad and all these other things, like the competition, they bring the competition back around. They've been doing better, and Target's been doing their thing for a minute now. It's not
because they almost went out of business trying to compete with Walmart, and so they took the Nintendo Switch approach and said, you know what, we're going to carve out our own lane over here, and they went with more quality home brands, and they became known as Target.
Yeah,
seriously, because they almost went out of there. They almost bankrupted. And when they restructured, that was a part of it, to give them a premium shopping experience. You go to Walmart, even though they close at night now, you still might get hit by a pallet jack.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the funny thing about it is, well, it's not funny.
It's so true, man. You can hear it from a mile away.
And then the people are so disgruntled, they're looking at you like, you better get out of my way. I wish you would stay right there when I push this.
Oh yeah,
over there.
Yeah,
like they're irritated, and I just get out of the way, bro.
We're definitely gonna talk about that real quick. Yeah, definitely, AG&E. We gotta talk about that in a minute. But yeah, man.
But the Mario movie, dude, I recommend to go see it because you're gonna see a bunch of Easter eggs. It moves really fast because it's an animated movie, right? And there's lots going on. Going from point A to
that video game movie where it had all the video game characters in it, and there was a one thing, Mr. Fix-It. It was an enemy. I forget the name of the bad guy. It was
What
like the
what do you
big
call
guy.
it? Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. That
Yeah.
movie was great. I feel
Yeah.
like this is like in that same vein of
Yeah, it's good. You're gonna love it. I mean, someone who's growing up with the Mario's and games and all that, you're gonna love it. You know, kids who may not be familiar with Mario, but they sort of are, but they didn't grow up as like we did. They're gonna love it. You know, it's been a fun. It's where I read the articles where people are mad. Well, you know, if they would have done this, it's like, dude, it's a freaking animated movie. It is good. There's nothing to tear apart on this movie, but somebody has to tear it apart for the sake of taking it apart for whatever reason, you know? So, and the voices, you'll forget who's voicing them, right? Jack Black being Bowser, you can't tell it's him at all. Nothing.
Oh, that's why he said Jack Black. Okay, I see. I'd forgotten that he does his voice.
Yeah, there's a lot of actors
Wasn't
that
he in Jurassic
their
Park
name.
too?
You see their name and you're going to see who they voiced, and you're like, I can't tell who that is. I just couldn't tell. That's how good this movie was.
Yeah, I want to go and hit the Royal Theaters where they have the nice speaker seats and wingdings and watch it.
They got
My kids don't care though, like except for my little kid. He likes to watch Peaches.
They got it in 3D.
Peaches. That was too funny. That was so good.
So I can't wait to see.
Peaches. Yeah, it was good.
But do they have it in 3D?
I think mine was
I think it's
offering
up to the theater though.
but I won't watch 3D. I got sick and tired of 3D.
No, for a movie like that, I think that would be, you know, big and colorful and all that in 3D. I might want to see that in 3D. Like certain Pixar movies, stuff like that. When the experience might match, like I'll try it. Like Top Gun, I didn't get it to see it in 3D. I don't think they had it in 3D anywhere where I was at, but they had the big IMAX screen, so I was watching the big IMAX screen. You know, where appropriate. I feel like this might be one of those.
So, Tech, does it make you want a new Mario game?
No. No, not at all.
Does it make you want to play any of the old ones?
Not really.
No, I think I'm over Nintendo for the most part.
Yeah, same here. Same here.
Because I was like, Zelda is 1B, right? Breath of the Wild. And then I was excited about this one until I saw that it was basically Breath of the Wild. Especially since we got all these other games coming around the same time. I'll wait till it's at Target for $40 before I play it. Or get down with Jack Sparrow.
Facts. Dar.
All right. Final item. I think this is what everybody's waiting for, even though they don't know what they're waiting for. Rage up Redfall being 30 second only.
No! So much
Quality mode only. 60 frames performance mode will be added via game update at a later date. Great and all, but nobody knows the time frame. Later date could mean next year. That's not good. I don't think so. Am I outraged? Dude, I really don't care. But it would have been awesome at 60. Yes, I think so.
It's an L. It's an L. You know, but
well, when they were from what I was reading, that it was being presented as a 60 frame game this whole entire time until we get this news here from them saying it's 30 frames. Like, whoa, what happened? You're presenting it, you're saying it's 60 frames, and then when it comes down to time, it's half of that. So what's the deal there?
Well,
I would say delay it. That's just me.
Stop it.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. I don't think this is worthy of a delay, right? I'm just gonna say what I think.
Delay.
Don't whatever. Right? Don't come at me, bro. All right. So, number one, I don't think they should delay it. Number two, I'm happy they came on. They said themselves. This wasn't to respond to a question, or was it? Was this in response?
It was an announcement.
It was an announcement. It wasn't in response to a question like somebody pressed them and they came up with the goods. No, they did it of themselves. They didn't just leave us to find out just before launch, right? You know, they came up and they told us, all right? I'm not making. I don't want to sound any of these things to sound like I'm making excuses. I'm just.
But did they just found this out just now because we're a month away before launch?
Right,
like,
but not
oops,
like
oops.
just because they never told us, and just before the game comes out, like a week before, maybe you hear from some people who got it early.
Yeah.
Like they never would. No, it's not like that, right? I'm just saying positives and negatives. I'm not for or against. I'm just saying what's up, all right, folks? So it's an L. That's a knock on Xbox, right? I'm happy that they came up of their own accord and told us in advance. I wish they had told us earlier, but at least they told us, right? I guess they realized the debate with Starfield, right? That they realized, oh snap, maybe we should tell them, because I figured they intended to have the performance mode, and they realized this after the fact, so they put it at the end of the development plans, right?
Mm-hmm.
But only after they realized what's going on with Starfield and the reaction. Now they're deciding to do this, like they probably never were, and for whatever reason they just see it like that. This is not the first game like that. There's also Gotham Knights, but still, if a game is running 4K 30, you can't tell me 1440p or even as low as 1080 would maybe you could or somewhere in between, and then maybe you'll upscale with FSR or something back to 1440 at 60, right? Isn't possible. If you could do 4K 30, then at least 1080p 60, right? At a minimum, and that's going to be seen as an L that you couldn't get higher than.
Well,
that.
I think it's all what pisses off people more is it's been hyped for this. It's been hyped for this long, right?
Yep.
And it's a first party game.
Yep, and it's first party, so it represents.
So it's like you can't. Your own studio can't sort their crap out for their console.
Right.
You know?
So this is just like the SSD with the Xbox Live situation when they first went to increase the price. Everybody agrees with what's wrong. Some people may downplay the facts to their, or vice versa, right? There are some people who are amplifying the complaints about this to obscene. It's not a flip of a switch. I know that they do have to do lots of balancing, but it's not like with last generation where just because you were able to do 4K 30 that you dropped it to, and then the hardware is sufficient enough wasn't sufficient enough to do 1080p 60. Now we can, and that's why I'm saying not just 1440p 60. I'm giving you a tier lower that still would be acceptable. 1080p 60, right? On the Series X, that's no man. I'm giving them an easy ball there. It's not a flip of the switch, and they do have to do some balancing and stuff, which might mean they shouldn't take too long in theory. This is just all in theory. Who knows how long it's really going to take them, right? Right? To get a 60 frame per second on performance mode later on, right? It could just take some weeks, right? I'm just saying that
we'll see.
That should be possible on this level of hardware. Where if you can't do 4K 60 and you're getting 4K 30, it should be 1440p 60 or at least 1080p 60. That shouldn't be out of pocket to request, right? At all. And so the fact that but this isn't the first game to do this. There's been countless on PlayStation and on Xbox. Because I understand this is a big game, right? But now Xbox has to bear the brunt for the whole industry who's been doing this, though. Xbox wasn't the first, and this is not the first time they've done this either. The entire industry has been doing this, right? Why does Xbox got to be the one to take a major L in this level, at this level?
Because it's on their console, you know?
But if it was PlayStation, like they get laughed at and they would.
Now, if this was a multi-plat, it was like, okay, maybe it's understandable because now you got to do multi-platform. But this is like you have one job, one platform.
I agree.
What's the problem?
I'm just saying when PlayStation, but when that happens with PlayStation, we laugh for a minute.
Well, PlayStation, they can't do no wrong.
Exactly. But because when it's Xbox, like everything you do is wrong.
Yeah, right? Everything's wrong. So, and this doesn't help either. As much heat they always get for everything. Hey, they're coming out with a new controller, but they can't get a game out. Oh, by the way,
like, God damn it, why this?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, 30 frames per second, 60 will come later. Oh man, everybody starts,
Yeah, man, that's not cool.
They're going for the kill.
Untethered.
With all that being said, fellas, I don't know like how much attention you guys pay to Arcane. I think we're oversimplifying this by saying that, oh, it's an Xbox first party studio. Why can't they get it right? Arcane doesn't do co-op. Okay, Arcane doesn't do multiplayers. So this is their first venture out into that space.
Mhm.
And I think that they waited until it was this close because they thought they would be able to get it done before launch.
Right. That's what I'm thinking.
And so once they realized that they wouldn't be able to get it done by launch, they went ahead and made this announcement, which I think was as classy as they could do at that point.
Yeah.
Let everybody know that it's not going to be 60 right now, but the game is coming. And the reason why it's going to come, reason why they can't delay it, is because when you delay it, then you're going to have to find another place to put it. You don't want to put it by another potential first party, which is going to be Diablo. You got Starfield and you got Motorsport 8. Right now, this is a perfect time for it. And you're gonna put it up against what, Breath of the Wild? You know, Switch players are gonna be playing their Switch, right? That's a companion console. What else is coming out around it? There's not much around it, so that time is good for that game, and it's gonna come. And what we continue to forget, and Legal and I, we went back and forth about this, is a majority of gamers don't watch Digital Foundry.
We lost you.
Nope. What?
You lost who?
We lost you for a second.
Oh,
No,
yeah. Okay. And the majority of gamers don't play Digital Foundry. They don't play Twitter. They're just playing games.
Yeah.
They don't know what a 60 frame rate is. They don't know what VRR is. They don't know what any of this stuff is. So most of the people that see this game in Game Pass, they're gonna play it. They're not gonna be concerned with that. But I am with
they'll have no idea about it.
Yeah. But I'm with everybody when they call out Aaron Greenberg about 60 being a standard. I think it should be a standard.
Yes, we keep the same energy. Yes, we
I
do.
think that it should be the standard. But I also understand that it's not just always going to be cut and dry. If this was just going to be the typical single player game from Arcane, I believe we would get all the bells and whistles. We would have no issues. So I applaud them for stepping outside their comfort zone, bringing this game out, and doing no different than any other game on the market where they bring you a patch later.
All right.
Like every game that's ever been released has to get a patch after it's released because it's unfinished.
I'm dumb here. So what is Wilkin mentioning about untethered? 60 frames untethered.
Those games are not untethered. Gotham Knights still has no 60 frames per second mode with untethered. Redfall will get that. I guess I don't know. I guess YouTube cut them off. But basically, when you're tethered, like on State of Decay, you can't venture too far away from your partner. Now, I know that Gotham Knights is untethered. So I think what he's saying is Redfall will be untethered as well.
So is that like Dying Light? We can go across the town and we'll be fine?
Dying Light is untethered.
Okay.
And that was the issue with Halo. See, a lot of people, they just talk out of their asses, bro, and I get irritated. And I kind of don't want to address a lot of stuff because it's just dumb conversation. When it came to Halo, the reason why they had to delay the co-op is because they didn't want you to be tethered. They established that they can get co-op working to be tethered, but they didn't want you to have to be tethered.
Okay.
A lot of people complain about being tethered. Far Cry 6, I believe, you're tethered. You can be doing one thing, and if your guy hits it's like Wolong, but Wolong is very linear. Let's just say that you're lagging behind picking up stuff, and then your guy touches the save spot. You're gonna get transported to wherever he is or she. So
you
mean inclusive?
And all the others that they could do it, so that was an excuse that they gave, but it's really not true. Just because it's tethered or untethered, that doesn't mean nothing.
No, it doesn't. But what they're saying when it comes to
but we got to put it in context. That's exactly right, Wilkin.
When it comes to games like
Wilkin's on
Gotham
fire.
Knights, they couldn't hit 60, period, right?
Yeah.
But then they brought that up that it was untethered. I don't think people really care. I think that at this point, but I'm going to tell you what tickles my funny bone right now.
Oh, tell me.
It tickles me to the point I'm saying stop tickling me because you're grinding my gears. When I'm hearing console players talk this frames per second, this resolution talk, like they're not playing on consoles. I mean, if 60 is that important to you, why don't you set yourself aside $1,500 and go buy that PC? Because
then all of a sudden come with the same old excuses all over again. Oh, the updates. Oh, this. Oh, that. Blah.
Yeah, but the thing is,
your console, dude. You love to bring that up when it's to your advantage in a debate, right? Well, then accept that there's going to be compromises when it comes to.
But see, that's my point. See, now a lot of people bought the marketing, right?
Yeah.
Somebody put how Xbox has 4K 120 on the box, so I took the picture of this PlayStation that I can't sell that says 8K 120. It's just marketing. All right, they're gonna try their best to hit it.
Yeah.
Right. And if you look at any console generation since we've been into the quote unquote high end, right, where we had the Xbox 360, right, and they were really super capable machines. They don't start fully utilizing these consoles until probably halfway to three quarters through the generation. So we're not seeing what these consoles can actually do. And then by the time the developers start figuring out how to use these consoles, they start trying to introduce another console for them to be confused all over again.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm going to look at it from all sides because Arcane does not do multiplayer. This is something new for them. And I'm going to give them room to grow. I mean, we did the same for Rare, right? Rare brought us Sea of Thieves. We all took a dump on it. And if you didn't, you were capping.
Dude,
and now look at it.
Awesome.
It is now. But when it first came out, it was nothing but pretty water.
Yeah.
See, but this game is going to be a good game. It's just not going to be at 60. And if that stops you from playing games when you've been playing games at 30 for the longest, then more power to you.
Well, my
but
eyes only
if I were
see
you,
60. Okay,
that's fine. If your eyes only see 60, skip the game, right? Or go get that PC or boot it up. You know what I mean? You got it, 1060? You can probably run it at low 60. So yeah, I mean these guys are talking like they bought high-end PCs, like they can't make compromises. No, uncompromised. No, dude. That's just not how it's gonna work. They're gonna try their best to do what they say they're gonna do, but they're not gonna be able to. It's just not the way it works. They've never been able to do everything they say they can do. They sold us these consoles, especially like when you sent Jason Ronald, you had the genius Mark Cerny with that 2-hour presentation about the PlayStation 5.
Awful, man.
And all these things that they went up there and said, Jason Ronald was on a tour of all the PlayStation the Xbox channels, talking about the greatness. And, you know, they had articles how it eats monsters and selling it. That's all it was no, that really was an article. And they were selling the console. But there will be compromises on these consoles until they figure it out. We will not see the full potential of these consoles until it's damn near time to get an Xbox, whatever they figure to come up with, or the PlayStation 6. It's just the way it's always been. And then when you get a studio that's trying to spread their wings and they can't quite make it done, can't quite get it done, we're going to sit around and take a dump on them and complain about Xbox. We're selling our Xboxes now. I don't understand that. Right? That we should applaud them for spreading their wings and not giving us the same thing they've always given us. Now we don't owe them anything. They want our money, right? That's the attitude we're gonna take. Fine, then just don't buy it. I just don't want to hear you bitching anymore. That's just how I feel about it.
Yep. And the $10 thing kind of it rings hollow to me because while as much as the Xbox dudes are keeping accountable, right? And they're using that as a point to say, hey, Microsoft, you charge $10 more, but these are the same dudes who are all on Game Pass. None of them are buying the game outright. It didn't matter to them.
Well, this cost me a lot of money for this month.
Game Pass increase in price, right? You know, it no more out of pocket than it was.
I use my Bing rewards for this game.
Now check it out. If Coalition drops Gear 6 at 4K 30, then we burn this bitch down.
I think so.
Because it's something that they always do.
Right.
Arcane does not normally make these games that are cooperative, untethered or no, right? Or tethered or no. That's not what they do.
But they have like 20 something other studios they could bum off. Like, hey, can you help us get this?
I heard they were all making their own games.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all making their own games. And besides, you know, of course, you got the same demagogues as always with the Birdman hands rubbing, you know, Ono Alex, Fratanga, you know, there's countless others, right? Who are like looking at the Xbox community who I think in general we're all standing up like they did with the whole Xbox Live situation and saying that they don't like it. Like there were some who were, it wasn't to that degree, maybe like 10% less than that, right? But yeah, there was some who didn't care at all, right? Who said, I don't care, and they, right, and don't care about the 30 at all, and the 30 at all. And there's some people who do think it's the worst thing ever, and now they're finally leaving Xbox, and everything in between, right? But generally, I think the overall was that no, they're not cool with this. But of course, there are those there's always going to be those few who make the extreme, right, statement on Twitter and elsewhere. Of course, you got these guys, rubbing their hands, collecting all, and they brag about it on Twitter afterwards. That they're gonna make all these videos about salt, like to misrepresent the whole situation, just for the sake of clicks.
Now, you have a series, right? Like one of them. Sick.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Series X.
S or X.
X.
Oh, you got the X. So are you gonna wait until they come out with the performance mode?
I wasn't particularly interested in this game. Remember, I told you.
Okay. Well, then hell, man, why don't you just get off?
I don't really care one way or another, but I might try it. It was more than I thought it was, right? So I might try because I have, other arcade games. So I might try it. And with the cloud, I could do that. Hopefully, I'll have a better cloud experience than I did with Deathloop because I've had many other cloud experiences that were great. Deathloop was not one of them.
Cloud experience is always trash.
I'll end up waiting.
I was pulling a terabyte on
my
phone. But no, but Tech, my issue with all this whining, I could see if they didn't say that we're working on a 60 frames per second mode, which means that they understand that it's not meeting the set standard, which means that they're working on it and they're letting you know ahead of time. Now, it'd have been one thing if people booted it up and went through the settings and saw that it only had one option or no options at all. So it's kind of, to me, like counterproductive to quote unquote call them out or hold them accountable when they're already holding themselves accountable.
Yeah, because they came out.
And they've already said that it's going to come out 60 at a later date.
Aren't we allowed to
they
just
know
beat
that that's
them
not
down
good
while they're
enough.
down?
You can do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? You can do it, but it's
a lot of people see through the motivations.
Well, it just depends on the messenger.
It was the messenger, but for some people, listen, if they were really angry, right? If they were just angry on principle, right? They would be angry enough to also say why, because usually they want to vent, especially if you're on social media. You don't go to say you angry and then not say why, right? So if you're really angry and you want it to be 60 frames and all that, and there's every reason to feel that way, I can understand that fully with no complaints and no pushback against it.
That's right? Like this clown here that named TEKNOBLAST on Twitter. I don't know who this jerk is. He said, "Not a good look. I'll delay my own playtime until performance mode is available."
I don't knock this dude at all. I don't knock this dude.
Like this dude, like who is this guy?
At all when his screen scorpion
with this little dumb scorpion icon. I don't know what's going on with this guy.
I mean, I don't know what kind of douchebag fake Xbox fan he is. Didn't he know that the Scorpio was last generation?
Listen, man, all I'm saying is I don't knock that opinion at all. I really don't. There's no pushback against that, right? So, like, it is what it is. But there are other people who are trying to take the situation and just manipulate it to their own ends, and of course, once again, Xbox. Like,
but that's fine. That's fine. Sick. The thing is like. Tech, I don't know if he was joking or what, but they delay it.
This guy said Saved by the Bell's in 60 frames, but not Redfall.
Ooh, that was 24 frames, bro. But no, look, if they delay it, then where does it go?
Yeah.
They already, was it Booty? Booty said that they have too many games and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah,
as far as scheduling. So Redfall has to be now. You can't put it by Starfield.
This guy said he threw his Xbox Series out the window because Redfall, and he was so angry.
Yeah, I'm the retweet.
So outraged, very angry. Grr.
Bro, I was up in that spaces where it has that one really angry guy, right, who claims to be so supportive of Xbox, but he's so angry, and there's a bunch of ponies there with him, right? And there's one pony there with his avatar's hands on the wheel, right, completely unmuted, and like get him. Anytime anybody says anything positive, this is like, wow. This is like, man, there's just clowns out here just saying foolishness. Listen, either you're going to play it or you're not, right? Like, at this point, either you're going to play it or you're not. You always were, or you always wouldn't. Like,
the way I see it, even the people say that they're gonna wait. Let's just say like myself.
They were never interested.
And then actually play it just to kind of like, okay, I want to check it out either way.
Yeah.
It'll probably forget about the whole 60 frame or the 30 frame thing. Because they're enjoying the game itself, not just the frames per second.
And remember, Tech, what's your favorite? What's your favorite game? Your favorite game series? Game series, whichever.
If it had to be, I got a lot, man. But I gotta say Fallout games.
Okay, let's just. Oh well, you already know the answer. So, what about you, Tech? What's your favorite game?
That's what I said.
Favorite game?
Not Tech. Sick. I'm sorry.
My single favorite game. I can't pick, so I always have these three that I name. Right? Mario 3, Musha on the Genesis, and Chrono Trigger.
Okay.
I can't.
So this exercise is a total fail or L on my part.
Yeah.
All right?
You can't.
Because you guys are used to 30 frame games.
30
you
frames,
guys love 30 frame games. And if Fallout 5 is 30 frames, you'd still play it because Tom Howard loves 30 frames.
Like Doom, I'm not playing.
And then you didn't name Doom, so don't even talk about Doom. You named all these 30 frame games and Nintendo and Super Nintendo games.
But yeah, that's my favorite.
Hey, Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal was awful when it came out. It looked like trash.
What?
But when they came out with their upgrades, oh my god, that thing is amazing now.
But you know what that shows? You know what that shows you, Tech? Is that all these games that have these issues, the number one factor, 90% of the time, are just random out of my ass number, is time.
Yeah.
They need more time. Otherwise, they wouldn't have to do day one updates and all this other stuff. It's always gonna boil down to time. But let's just say that your favorite game was a game that you're used to playing at 60. And then they came out and said that it was going to be 30. You're playing that game. You know what I mean? If Dying Light was Dying Light was 30 frames. But you see what I'm saying? Like it didn't stop the people who really wanted to play the game.
No, it's not going to stop them.
Yeah,
and I really wanted to play that game since I saw the trailer last year.
Oh, speaking of a game that got pushed back, now they said it for sure. It's coming out next year, 2024. Suicide Squad.
Well, mainly because of why? Mainly because of why? The jetpacks?
The complete negative reaction to what they showed.
But what was the negative reaction?
The negative reaction, I remember what I thought. And which I feel a lot of people agreed.
It's because they're flying around doing whatever they're doing?
Yeah, it was just random. It didn't feel like Suicide Squad.
It
was just random.
Jobs.
It was like, what the fuck is this?
So they had everybody out of character. What'd you say?
They have to redo the whole game because the characters are not doing their specialized moves?
I just think they're going to have to figure out what kind of weapons to give them and how to balance these characters. And I think that like people are overthinking these games. Like it's like when these TV shows come out and they're
just
not
cut and paste some weapons in there. Nobody can tell.
No, because they have to play a certain way.
People are telling that they're noticing. It's like, what the hell? This is just random. Why you put these guys not even jumping around shooting stuff? Like, what the fuck is this?
But see, this is the thing. They wanted all the characters to have some type of appeal. If everybody else is shooting and Sharkman can only bite, who wants to play with him?
Well, all I'm saying is the only appeal they got right now is negative. So people saw it and they went WTF, and now they went back to the lab with it.
And then when they come back to the lab, people are going to still complain, and then WB is going to start talking about selling again.
Probably so. But hey, then maybe they
because there's no pleasing these people, man. They just need to let people put their visions out there, unless they're square. But forcing the studio to make a game that's totally outside of their wheelhouse, like they did with Avengers.
But they're the ones who gotta buy it or choose not to, and that's the reaction right now. Overall, was like, what the F? So they're going back to the lab. If they come back out of the lab and folks still want to buy it, that's on them, that's on them. Nobody has to give any game any more or less attention than they want to, and that's up to the game.
They don't have to,
or anybody feel like they should. So
it's not your game. It's like people want to tell these people how to do their jobs. Like, why don't you go get a degree and go learn how to develop some games?
That's what I tell people to. If you know more about the games, make it yourself.
Well, because they have to balance their game, bro. Like, people are complaining, why are these people doing this or that? They did it for a reason. Now they have to figure out some other way that they think is interesting.
Okay, well, look. Here's what happened. They basically went, hey, here's our game. Here's some footage. Okay? The world generally went, this looks like shit. Why are they doing this? Okay? Now they take it back, and now they're back in the lab, and they say it's not coming out till next year. Okay? They have to take what people said to heart and do something about it. Because if they bring it out, just, and tweak it a little bit.
Can you imagine the heads over there? They're like they see the negative reaction, like,
and that's it. So I'm sorry, bro. It is what it is. Like
their heads went down.
It looks like shit. They don't want to play it.
They kick the ball. They're like, I'm going home.
Maybe they do need to cancel it.
I never thought that was a good idea in the first place for a Suicide Squad game. Maybe a Harley Quinn game, maybe a Deadshot game, but not a freaking Suicide Squad game. People don't really identify with that game.
Yeah,
like it's not like the Marvel universe, but they're trying to create it.
Dude, you could put Marvel characters. This could have been a Marvel game and it would have been just as stupid. For the same reason. It's not about the characters or anything. It's just like, yo, WTF. That's been the overall reaction. They presented it. We said, what the F? Now they go back to the lab. They should probably cancel it at this rate.
Cancel that bad boy. So, all right, we're getting off the rails now. This is the end. We went beyond my usual 90 minutes.
We've
been having I've been getting a habit of doing that, but that's okay. It's fun. But I gotta pack up because I'm going to Houston tomorrow. So if you're in the Houston area, I'll be there. I'll be at Friday night's games against the Rangers at the Astros versus Rangers. Same thing Saturday night. I'll be there. Friday and Saturday, mainly be there with a couple of buddies and drinking a lot. So we'll see what happens. You want to go a little CC's?
Oh, y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
Nah, trying to quarterback a meal for the kids. Little Caesars. I don't eat that crap.
Really?
So
yeah, man. I'm going to Forest Hills, Queens, man, and then Friday night I'm gonna see what the it's called the Batsu game. It's supposed to be a comedy show. Let's see what's up with that. And that's what I'm doing for the weekend, man. I'm not even playing no games.
Sweet. Yeah, I got tomorrow off, and I'm gonna go pick up my buddy and then head down to Houston. So
I get paid tomorrow morning, man. I'm good.
That's right. Payday tomorrow, man. For me too. Woo! Woo! Any last words, guys, before we sign off?
Hey, man, play your game. Stop arguing in these Twitter streets with abject morons, and you'll be way happier in life. I promise. Peace.
Yeah.
Delay Redfall. Oh, all right, guys.
Hey. No, the only thing it says, man, play the games.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what other people have to say about your games. Your experiences are
You'll
your
like
own.
it. You'll like it either way.
I think if you play any game, it's a game you like. That's in a genre you like. It has to be total buns for you not to like it. Just play more games and do less talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah, and no reading. All right, guys. Good night. You guys have a good weekend, and we're out of here. Bye. Peace.